The Yankees used to hold press conferences to introduce a new, or in Billy Martin's case, returning managers every couple of months, or so it seemed. On Wednesday, Aaron Boone will become just the third man to be so feted since 1996, however, following Joe Torre and Joe Girardi after they guided the Yanks from the dugout for lengthy stints of 12 and 10 years, respectively. This certainly was an outside-the-box pick for GM Brian Cashman and owner Hal Steinbrenner, who despite prior reservations about hiring someone without experience, noted on Monday that Boone possesses the attributes needed to follow in the tradition of great Yankees managers. Here are 10 questions for Boone, some serious and some not, heading into today's press conference at the stadium. 1. Why are you the right fit for this team? After interviewing for the vacancy on November 17, Boone told the team's beat writers had been preparing for this job his entire life, as a third-generation major leaguer in a baseball family. His grandfather Ray, his father Bob and brother Brett also were former All-Stars, and he is a direct descendant of American frontier pioneer Daniel Boone. Not sure if that really answers it, but I just wanted to mention Daniel Boone. 2. How will you improve the lines of communication? A leading factor in Girardi's ouster, according to Cashman, was a need for more open relations between the manager's office and the rest of the organization. Cashman cited Boone's astute mind for the game, a progressive approach to evolving strategies, interpersonal skills and baseball pedigree as reasons he was selected over fellow candidates Hensley Mullins, Carlos Beltran, Rob Thompson, Eric Wedge and Chris Woodward. The job. 3. How much will you rely on analytics? Among those aforementioned evolving strategies is the advent and implementation of analytics over the 162-game slate more than ever before. Boone always came across as well-versed and well-prepared in this regard in his work as an ESPN game analyst. 4. How much separation do you envision between yourself and the front office? The Yanks also have used buzzwords such as collaboration and compatibility when describing Girardi's shortcomings, and Cashman sought someone more in tune with the philosophies and wishes of his front office and analytics staffs. 5. How has your ALCSWINNINGHR affected your life? Robe Carap. Boone's 12-year playing career include only 3 months in the Bronx following a deadline trade from Cincinnati in 2003, but he dramatically etched his name in franchise history with an 11th-inning walk-off homer against Boston in Game 7 of the ALCS I-6. Would you have considered Tim Wakefield as pitching coach? Kidding, of course, but had the Yanks gone on to win that 2003 World Series against Florida, Boone and Wakefield, who coughed up the series-ending homer, would be entwined as much as Mookie and Buckner in Boston baseball lore. 7. Do you ever think that, without you, Alex Rodriguez never would have become a Yankee? Another facetious one, but had Boone not suffered a torn ACL playing pickup basketball during that offseason, the Yankees wouldn't have landed a Rod to replace him at third base. That certainly would have made the next decade plus in the Bronx far less interesting and tumultuous. 8. How do you get the most out of Gary Sanchez? Girardi probably took more questions about his gifted but frustrating all-star catcher, mainly about his defensive struggles, than any other player on the roster. Boone will. 2. 9. AFOURPART query about the rest of the roster. Do you envision increased playing time for Clint Frazier? Or an immediate role for Gleyber Torres? B. What will $153 million man Jacoby Ellsbury's role be? C. Will Aaron Judge remain in the number 2 spot in the batting order, and can he duplicate his 2017 success? D. With Shohei Ohtani out of the picture, who rounds out the rotation if CC Sabathia isn't retained? Dick Druckmanap. 10. How do you approach the lofty expectations for this team? The Yanks only reached and won the World Series once in Girardi's tenure, but they also never posted a losing record during his 10 seasons at the helm. Boone takes over a club that accelerated its rebuilding plan and made an unforeseen run to Game 7 of the ALCS in October. Forget growing pains, he will be expected to hit the ground running in his first season as a manager at any level, out-of-body experience, cheap shots and a blatant disregard for the opponent. No, this isn't about the current state of national politics, but once again the NFL, which continues to face significantly more troubling problems than simply which players are following Colin Kaepernick's lead in kneeling for the national anthem. Monday night's showcase between Pittsburgh and Cincinnati was dismissed by Steelers quarterback Ben Roethlisberger as nothing more than old-fashioned AFC North football. Sorry, it was far more disturbing than that. I am hardly a prude when it comes to the physical nature of football, but that was about as ugly a display in memory of a sport overflowing with vicious and reckless hits to the head and attempts to injure, especially since we have learned so much more about the long-term effects of CTE and other brain injuries in recent years. From the Twitter feed, the Giants should hire Baskin and Robbins to replace Ben and Jerry. Come on, it's all in good humor. Andy Lyons Getty Images. The Islanders definitely are a fun and explosive team, but it's a lot to ask to win 54 or thereabouts every night over a season. Garth Snow never takes my suggestions, but they need to trade for a legit defenseman and possibly even a goalie upgrade. With the Devils holding steady and the Rangers coming on, this could be the first year all three locals make the NHL playoffs since 200,607. The last couple of games only have enhanced Porzingis MVP case. Right, it was bound to happen, but it appears that LeVar finally took one of his balls and is going home. Pete's picks. Ben McAdoo Mercy was axed along with GM Jerry Reese on Monday, but where does McAdoo rank among our list of the worst coaches in Giants history? 5. Alex Webster 29,401, 196,973. 4. John McFay 1423, 197,678. 3. Ben McAdoo 1314, 201,617. 2. Bill Arnsparger 728, 197,476. 1. Ray Handley 1418, 199,192.